What is up, folks, and welcome to the stream. For those of you who are just joining us right now and hanging out with us today, there's going to be a mak'gora tournament going on where we'll be interviewing and talking to the competitors as they level and go throughout Azeroth in an attempt to get through a mak'gora tournament of a insane scale. And so we're going to get a lot of people who are new to the game, as well as some people who are way experienced at the game. And we're going to see who comes out a winner. Will some of our best players get some terrible class race combinations? Will some of our worst players get the best ones? Let's see what happens. Let's see who dies, and let's battle. Let's mak'gora. Let's duel. One of the three. All right. What's up, brother?
Sean!
What's up? Let's see. Let me pull up your stream so people can see you too. Oh. Copy it. Hold on. Copy. Okay, there you are. Cool, got you. All right, what is up? Welcome to this is the ShawnSetGO stream. We are going to be announcing and talking to all of our players, but I wanted to talk to you primarily today because I know, for one, you got a lot of people in your corner, a lot of people on your side, and ready to jump in. I think you mentioned a few that were secretly like helping you out a little across the way. I won't say anything. I'm not no snitch, but I wanted to say, how do you feel about the tournaments today, and like, what do you feel like you got going for you that the other competitors don't?
Wow, Sean, what an introduction. I gotta say, man, you are very impressive. How did you get all that inside information? You've got some scoops in high places, don't you?
Absolutely, we get all the information here. Because when we play retail WoW, we have a lot of free time. We kind of just have a lot of free time just to kind of mash things while we're waiting in queues. So that's all we do, really.
Dude, you're killing it. You're at the top of your game, and I couldn't be more thrilled to tell you all about my plan to dominate the field today.
Absolutely, that's what I like to hear. I think honestly,
a little bit. You know, let's talk about it. Let's just jump right on into the juicy details. There are rules that can be bent here. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I think that there's a lot of stuff that isn't being put in the rules that you can kind of sneak into there. Do you have any like small tips that you're holding on to?
I'm gonna hold those close to my chest. You're gonna have to tune in during the leveling event to see how I'm abusing it. But yes, I do have a couple things that, despite fucking vibes coming in here and ruining one of my biggest opportunities, just saying, I still got some tricks up my sleeve, despite vibes it all up.
Yeah, he's coming in. He's gonna spoil everyone's fun. Absolutely. I got that feeling from the get. What do you feel like?
A good guy at the end of the day. All jokes aside.
Absolutely. He was super helpful for me. Like the moment I joined, so that was super awesome. What do you feel like if you were to be like this is the class raise combo I'm hoping for? Like, what have you been practicing the most, and what do you think on that random wheel of absolute terror, what do you feel like is going to give you the best leg up?
Well, I don't know if you've heard, but you know, for the past 4 months, I've been playing a bare-handed warrior, no weapon, no armor. And so a lot of people think I should be comfortable with warrior, but the thing is I don't get to use a lot of my spells without having a weapon. And I've never taken a warrior this deep. This is my highest level warrior. So honestly, not really looking forward to warrior. The only class I've taken to 60 has been a rogue back when Classic re-released, 5-6 years ago. I took that rogue to 60, dwarf rogue, and I'd love to do it again. Put me on dwarf rogue, baby, please.
Well, I'm hopeful that you get that class because honestly, I think that there's a lot of people who are gonna get the bad luck in the first beginning part. So hopefully you get a good start, and that would give you a nice little leg up on there. But honestly, I think that right now there's a lot of people hoping and expecting to get what they want, but a lot of people not really preparing for what the worst might happen. What do you think would be the worst for you if, like, say something comes up?
Great point. Yeah. Everybody's talking about the Night Elf Druid. I mean, first of all, nobody wants to be a Night Elf. That zone sucks. And then nobody wants to be a Druid. And you combine those two together. And Alliance. I mean, we're allowing the Skull here, and that is a Horde-only item. So compounding all those things on top of each other, if anybody gets Night Elf Druid, and you can clip this now if I get it, but they're fucked. I don't care what kind of fake confidence I try to show on that moment. If I get that class, of course, I'm going to be like, yo, I'm going to crush you guys. But at the end of the day, no, there's no way a Night Elf Druid is taking home the dub.
Yeah, no, I think that's been the consensus so far. Honestly, I think what's been the most impressive is some people are like, yeah, 13, 14, 15, it's definitely possible. What do you think is going to be like one of those big mistakes that someone's going to make in the competition that's going to set them off on a bad footing?
I think if you're not just only focusing on leveling, that's all that you should be thinking about. You know, don't read your chat. Don't focus about professions. Just, you know, pull up that rested XP guide, follow it to a T.
Mm-hmm.
Don't deviate from the plan for a second. And if you do, you're just wasting time.
Yeah, no, I tried doing that with a character and I paid for it almost immediately. So it ends up being very bad. Honestly, I feel like you got a pretty strong competition ahead of you. Can't wait to watch you while you play, and can't wait to see how things turn out for you and what kind of luck you get. Good or bad, I hope you make it as far as you can, brother. Hello, brother. What is up?
Hey, what's up, man? What's up?
Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad to see that you're still alive. That's big. Have you had any hiccups or anything that's happened that's been crazy?
We've had a couple close calls, but nothing too scary.
So definitely wanted to pick your brain a bit about mainly the tournament overall, but of course sneaking in, kind of how this all came to be. So where did this all start? Like what exactly? Just kind of jumping in head first. Apologize, but what sort of started this and got you into doing this to begin with?
Wow. Yeah. No. Thanks for the question, man. To be honest, I have just had the goal and the dream to create events in the streaming space that keep people so entertained.
Yeah.
I love like Kai Cenat and those big like Jinxie, Queso, the way that they're just like engaging and huge. And I got linked up with Dr. Barehands, Mr. Barehands, and he really like put me on to the like hardcore aspect of WoW. I've been playing WoW since like 2005,
Oh wow,
so it's not new to me in that sense, but hardcore was like pretty fresh. And when I started my streaming journey, I was like, God, it would be just so fucking fun to make content where I do like Kai Cenat level events,
Yeah, no, I think one of the big things missing from the streaming space, honestly, is collaboration, but from the people growing, not just the people who are already on the top end of the viewer rankings. I think it's that collaboration that can really start to build those new people who can kind of guide the community and guide is the video game community in a positive direction.
Right. I totally agree.
So for you, I mean, you said, of course, you've been playing since 2005, which is a great deal of time, of course. I know we don't like to think that we're all a little bit older now, but what do you think, like jumping back into Classic after all this time? Do you do retail at all? Is it mainly just Classic now and hardcore now? Or what do you think about, I guess, the direction of WoW that it's currently going?
I think WoW is probably in one of its best places. I mean, at least from my perspective, I have loved like seeing the community, and yeah, there's like, retail I think is in a good place right now. I think that everybody Playing Classic is in a good place right now. I think overall it's like one of the most community driven games, right?
For sure. You know,
And so
and with the implementation of possibly being a Classic Plus too, there's even more opportunities to kind of like redefine and bring communities together.
yeah, so it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, I do get a little bit of retail in. I plan on playing season 3. I am whatever version of WoW is most fun to play with people. I'm there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, I'll be playing a little bit of retail once season 3 drops, and all the above.
What is your and the other question I wanted to ask is what is your PvP experience? What kind of PvP experience have you gotten in the game, and where do you think you stand amongst some of the other PvPers?
So season 1 of the War Within, I was like 2,500 rated.
Okay, that's huge. that's big. Do you have any classic PvP experience, or is this like your first time dabbling into it?
Yeah, I think in the classic realm, you know, I got to level like 35 on my main, and I've died at 30 like twice.
Oh no. At least, hey, I mean, that's still a great deal of experience. I mean, that's still a lot. So it's definitely not nothing. You know, it definitely not a lot of people can say that they've done the same. So that's big. But
Right.
I've definitely had a lot of unfortunate cave deaths in like before pre-30. So I've been there before for sure. What do you say? What do you think about getting Warrior? Because I know that was one of the ones that everyone seemed to sort of groan at. So
yeah, that's it's gonna be, oh man, yeah, it's a bummer. Yeah, no, I just think that this has been so much fun getting everybody together, playing the game in this way, and getting all these people all together and everybody's communities, and just having everybody hop back and forth. Just how cool, how lucky we are to be in this, you know, position to be able to do this is pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Definitely. After this, if you ever have time, I'd love to talk to you about, I do have a podcast called Hearts and Crafts. That'll be my small and only plug. And during that, I love to talk with new creators, retail creators, and anybody in the space of WoW, and just kind of talk to them, pick the brain about what they think about the direction of WoW and what they think it needs to be changed or things like that. It's kind of like what I built my community around, is trying to like get discussions based off of like where we think WoW should go from here. So definitely after this, you know, if you ever have time, I would love to have you on the podcast and chat about it a little bit and kind of get to know you a little bit better, of course, and get to know like kind of what you're hoping the direction of WoW to go. Because I love the differing experiences. I love having criticisms and critiques for each other, as well as like just good, honest conversation about the game. I'd love to have like a post interview as well with yourself, just to kind of close it out. But of course, take your time. And I'm here and I'm around.
Of course, bro. Thank you, man. Yeah, no, much love, dude. Thank you so much for being here and joining and wanting to be a part of this and everything. Like, it just means the world to me, bro. I can't wait.
Yep. Yeah, super glad I found it, and super glad to see you at the finish line.
And I'll definitely be linking up with you at the end. So okay.
Yeah. Hold on. I see SCFplays. Hello? I can barely hear. Okay, there. So, sorry if I was chatting. I was just waiting, but like I was talking to someone else. That's my bad. What dungeon were you running?
I was just doing time walking. I still need a couple more for this week. I've been putting it off because I've been mount farming like crazy.
No, for sure. I just got my like turbulent time waves mount, but yeah, no, I was super behind. I wasn't like on the wave of getting the what is it, the exploit where you can get it like in one go or something like that.
Yeah,
I missed that on that for sure.
I did too. I only got credit for like 2.
No worries. Yeah. So the reason why I pulled you in here, or I wanted to talk to with you, because I wanted to get more retail Andes such as myself into the chat to talk to him a bit about the tourney, like what you've done to prepare and things that you're hoping for. Of course, If it's 0, that's totally fine. Like, believe it or not, there's a lot more people than you would think who are 0 prepared. So I think that's totally fine. But what are some of the things that you're hoping for in this tournament, as far as what are you hoping to start with? What class you hoping to get in? Like, what do you hope the wheel turns out? Like, what do you think is like your optimal play set here?
Okay, so anything horde. Well, not anything, just not a torrent. Because for me, I've played the game for 20 years. I'm very like familiar with all of these starting zones. I've done them a million times.
All the secret items and secret quests.
Yeah. And like, honestly, I was thinking about this last night and this morning. I was like, what is going to be the easiest to do? And it's definitely orc and troll. Yeah. And I would honestly throw undeads and humans in there as well. They have the easiest zones, but they don't necessarily provide the easiest classes.
Exactly.
Like, a troll mage, that's ideal because you get that berserker, so it's like your version of lust in retail.
Yeah.
And you get the ranged on it too. And mages get some of the best spells early on. Warriors are hard out the gate. Same thing with paladins, which thankfully they can only be humans. But yeah. Taurens, while they have great classes as starting zone, is awful because of all the Venture Co.
What are you talking about? Taurens are great. No, I think really like warriors only got a shot if they really have the skills to get the levels, but I think they are hard locked at a round 1 elimination. But I think that the other one that I've seen or noticed the most that people are saying is Night Elf Druid. Like if you get Night Elf Druid, yes. I'm hard pressed to find you passing round 2. So I think that if you get one of those, you have to have a strategy in mind. I hope that players have a strategy in mind coming into that, because I think that's going to be probably one of the toughest things to deal with going into the tournament. What do you think that, I mean, for you personally, what do you think that is going to be the biggest mistake that players are going to make going into this? What do you think they're going to say? They have 0 experience, they haven't played WoW, maybe just retail only. What do you think is the biggest difference coming into this tournament?
They're going to try and do the speed leveling and think that they're going to be fine and forget that this is hardcore, because I see it happen to so many other players that they're like, oh, well, if Rested XP Guides tells me I can go do this, that, and the other thing, they just run for it, forgetting that they have 1 life. So I think that a lot of players that maybe did not get on the hardcore wave when it was Classic Anniversary or even when it came out the first time, and have really not spent time in Classic, are going to forget how easy it is to be eliminated, for lack of the real term. Caves,
people, caves. Worry about them. They're real. The danger is real. And especially the hyper spawns in those beginner areas, they are absolutely deadly. Like it's one hyper spawn or one wrong move in a cave and you're absolutely done. You're cooked in those areas. I 100% agree with while the speedrun guide for Rest XP is good, it also skips the warnings that it puts in them because you're doing the speedrun. It doesn't do any of those, especially if you have the Rested XP side that has like the skips. Like you can't do most skips as well, so it's like it kind of puts you in a bad setting. Now you could survive it, but I think for the most part people are going to be surprised when they go, oh wait, I'm out of mana, oh wait, I'm dead. Like it's just so fast when it happens.
Yeah, and if you happen to get a priest, you're going to be out of mana in 1 spell.
Exactly.
That is probably the worst one I would say to get. Like aside from warrior priest, you got a bubble, but you're going to run out of mana.
I did a test with an undead priest, and luckily I was able to do like in about process of like 3-4 hours, I was able to do up to wands and get wand and be able to do a little bit of professions in there. But it is like you are hard pressed if you don't know what you're doing, because I spent an hour like making sure I was doing optimal routes, and I was like, man, this is close. Like I was hitting level 10, not like halfway to level 11 maybe, and I was like, man, there's no way. Is there any class that you've been practicing more than others, or that you're like, this is the class that I hope I get in this?
I really haven't been practicing. I will be honest with you. Okay. I played hardcore the anniversary editions when it came back out, and I had a undead warlock, I did a dwarf priest, I had a druid, I did like a troll shaman. So I have practiced with pretty much everything. I would say the one I'm going to struggle on the most is if I get rogue, because that
I mean, I think you have a pretty strong. I think you have the strongest advantage, but I will 100% agree. Like, if you don't vibe with a certain class, it just automatically puts you in a bad state. And I think retail has done that to us, where it's like,
Yeah.
if you don't vibe with the class, doesn't matter if they're meta or not. It's just you're not going to do well with them just because you don't like the style. Like, I'll never be a caster fan unless it's a healer, maybe. But I think casters have always put me in a bad footfall for trying like Mythic Plus or anything like that.
Yep. It's retail's ruined it, and like, because I had a retail warlock and I had a classic warlock or a hardcore warlock, and I was like, this is not the same thing. Like, I went to go hit keybinds that I have in retail and would come so close to death.
Your heart rate. I think Thevibinggorilla has a heart rate monitor. Like, your heart rate will like
get out
peak.
of here.
It's insane. So I'm excited to see if his heart rate monitor does peak during this time. I want to record the numbers. So
shoot, I wish I had tied up my Apple Watch to the channel.
Yeah, I want to see heart rate monitors. I want to see eye trackers for the next event, just to see how people do.
My eye trackers are gonna be like all over the place because I'm gonna be scanning everything.
I want to see the clicker. Like, you gotta find the one resident clicker. There's always one.
Yep.
But
yeah, but I'm super excited.
It's been an absolute joy to talk to you. Hope you get the class you're looking for. Hopefully an easy round one for you. I know it's going to be it's going to be a challenge, just that leveling experience on its own. That on its own is a huge victory. So I hope you do well. Good luck with the tournament, and hope to see you doing well in the tournament as well.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'll see you.
Bye.
Bare hands, if you want to have a little riff-raff, I'm down to play tummy sticks for the next 3 hours.
Tummy sticks. Okay, guys. All right, here we go. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, and we're off. Thevibinggorilla coming out strong, along with Nightman, who's already pushing out to some mobs early on too, as well. We have a few that are already competing, seemingly for the same group of mobs. I think it's gonna be a little bit crazy whenever they come up to this first cave. Whenever they're starting to get into the caves, like the deliberate, you have to go through it cave. I'm kind of curious how far players are gonna get. I think there's gonna be some big issues. Not necessarily here, but once they get up to the goblins that are just a bit further down the way. So for those of you who don't know, there's going to be a few goblins you have to face, and I think there's going to be some drop quests as well. Those are going to probably be some of the hardest ones they have to face down the line. I think the moment that you have other players competing for the same mobs that you're facing, that's good. That's where it's going to be awful. A lot of issue right here. This is what I was talking about. These vile familiars is going to be a lot of the issue, because already this is just from people playing in this area. You're going to have people struggling to get the mobs you're looking for. So my recommendation for somebody might be to do an early layer. Find an early layer, but there is risk because you can only layer so much before it becomes a problem. So I think a lot of people are going to be struggling in that regard. So I'm hoping we're going to have a great deal of layering as well as some balance. So let's hope that this changes up a little bit. But we got scfplays here with the Troll Priest kind of doing her best to kind of get the side mobs over here. You can also see that Nightman is also competing for those mobs. So it's a lot of competition here, and it's already happening right in the beginning. So a lot of these can be the difference between getting your levels early, getting a lot of grinding early, or if you pick up a mob before somebody else does and you actually get the advantage. So it would be interesting to see if players are able to kind of edge out somebody else, even though they have the class advantage, and have something over them just because they got more mobs than they did. So I think it's going to be about smart playing, maybe getting the mobs off to the side or off the normal path, maybe deviating from, I hate to say this, deviating from rested XP just a little bit so you can have a little bit of an advantage trying to tag the proper mobs.
Yeah, don't
Level
try
3
to come in
mage.
here and psych me out.
Not doing bad
We're
off,
supposed to
not
be
doing bad
holding
off.
you and I. Okay.
Oh, bare
so
hands
that
with the
is a
warrior.
3 troll priest.
Ooh, what is this? What's happening here? What's happening here? My damage. Let's see. Is he trying to shake me? I wonder what he's doing here. Oh no.
Oh my god.
He cheered him on.
Yo, what up? I was talking shit to Mystic.
No, I saw you were discussing the whole layering thing. It's totally fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out this whole layering situation. I almost disqualified myself by layering using layer chat, but thankfully it didn't work. So I think there's only one layer right now, actually.
Yeah, like I think I see for the most part. I've seen everybody. I don't think there's been enough to where it's gonna push too many people out.
Yeah, I don't know how many people play on the hardcore server, but I don't know how many layers they need.
So, how are you feeling so far? Do you feel like it's going well for you?
I don't know, man. So I'm not feeling super hot. I'll tell you what. So I have never played a shaman past like level 10 in my life. Maybe even level 10. I think I've only ever had one shaman, and it was a Tauren. I leveled him to literally level 10. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I do know that shaman is strong, and I do know that they have an ability to kite. I'm thinking here my best chances is to go Ellie, but I have no idea. I do have a lot of people in the chat that are coaching me right now, but we'll see what happens.
No, I agree 100%. I think chat's going in the right direction. I think Elemental's probably your best bet. I played a few shamans. I mean, like, this is way back when, but definitely keeping track of everything that's going on has been really intense already, because you already have people trying to go for the same mob and people trying to tag in the same area.
Oh,
and of course, you
dude,
just have people in the
griefed
area.
Twice. Vibes and FCF, bro. I'm literally my first mob. I go to attacking the first mob. Vibes out of nowhere, fucking throwing knives at shit as I'm casting lightning bolts. So I'm already getting grief by cast times. Then later on, I go up. I'm doing the same shit. SCF comes out of nowhere with the smite, and then slash LOLs my ass, and then dips off, bro. I swear to God. Yeah, but hopefully we don't get any griefers, because to be honest, there's a lot more people who don't like me than like me. I feel.
No,
So
no.
They have they'll probably show up and just nuke my mobs. I'm waiting for it to happen. But I have seen some people that have been positive already out here.
So what do you feel like is your ever since like the wild card and things were picked, what do you feel like is going to be the biggest wild card now that you've actually had your class and your race selected?
Like for me or for the entire thing? Like,
for you specifically, like what do you feel like other than, of course, you know, shaman, not being used to shaman, what do you feel like is going to be your biggest hurdle here?
Okay, so my biggest hurdle is guaranteed the leveling. So I don't know if anybody in the chat knows this or if you know this, but I am notoriously the worst leveler in WoW Classic. So every single expansion. So I'm known for PvP. I'm known for high level, geared to the teeth, rogue PvP. All right. I have notoriously my entire life been the worst leveler in every single guild I've ever been in. I'm the last one to max level. I do nothing but get distracted because I'm super ADHD. I'll start wars out in the open world, and then just like my friends don't even want to level with me because I'll start wars and then like blow up the whole questing spot, and now nobody can get anything done. And that's what I'm used to. Okay, so this like speed leveling strat is what's gonna get me. If I can just get to the finish line. Also, I die to shit. Like I had a 2-minute res timer in Westfall to the Harvesters. Like, and that's just like, that wasn't on hardcore. Like, that's just regular.
Just every day.
That's in Westfall at level 16. So like, I we'll see if I even make it. All right.
Oh, no.
But if I do make it, I know that shamans are very strong, and I'm hoping that my 20+ years of PvP experience and just like wherewithal, like PvP sense will carry.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I hope to at least see you in round 2, of course. And then, of course, may the cave odds ever be in your favor. I see you're in the cave there.
Yep, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here, so we'll see what happens.
As soon as possible if you can. All right, see you in the duels. How you doing, man? How's the leveling?
It's going. I can't complain so far. It's been pretty chill. Lucky me. I got Tauren Shaman and not like, you know, Tauren Warrior.
Definitely. If you're gonna get anything, I would say Warrior is definitely the hardest side. I would say, though, I am surprised from the people I've interviewed and the people I've been watching so far. It's the Warriors are actually doing surprisingly well. I think that because of how active some of those initial areas are, especially in Durotar, they're actually not doing too half bad. I think the last I checked, they were level 4, I believe. So they're not behind by any means yet. So we'll see how that turns out. But I think their edge may leave soon. How are you feeling about Shaman though? Have you played Shaman before? Do you have experience playing Shaman before?
I haven't played a Shaman. I mean, I have one in retail and I play in retail, but I haven't played one in Classic since vanilla. I level 1 in vanilla to like level 40 something before TBC.
Gotcha. And do you have any hardcore experience as well, or like have you ever tried it?
Yeah, I got the 49, died, and I'm at 33 now with my rogue. I've played Hunter, Warrior, and Rogue, and Paladin as well in hardcore.
Gotcha. Do you know, is your chat helping you with like the things you need to do, or are you kind of going into this?
Yeah, they're giving me little hints about like if it's dangerous area or not, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, the one thing I'm seeing a lot of for the shamans at least is some people saying that like, hey, go enhancement, and then some people say, hey, go elemental. So that's going to be some of the big dividing lines that I see, especially for those early on duels. I think there's an argument for both, but I think that either way, if you're going into in enhancement, that shield specialization's big, and then of course the amount of mana reduction is going to be huge as well, because I think mana is going to be the real differentiator here.
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing I'm like banking. I was just telling everybody, I'm gonna level up my one-handed weapons, get a shield, and ride that the whole way.
So what were you mainly hoping for? If you were to like pick like the one you were hoping for to get, what was the one you were hoping for?
Undead Mage.
Undead Mage. I think that's fair. I was really surprised there wasn't more
mages, but I was all about wanting a mage.
That's fair. I think that's reasonable. I think there's a lot that really vibed with thankfully like Priest was in there a couple times, but I think Mage was the one we saw a lot, and then there was a lot of trolls, a lot of humans. So we'll see how this goes.
I keep seeing those human mages happen. I was like, I'm cooked.
So yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go in the end. I think a lot of times, I mean, I was talking with Nightman about it, and I think that even though there's a lot of class advantages that you can have early on, the main thing that I think is going to separate people between how well they do, I mean, this is going to be a first round separator, is how much PvP sense you have. Would you say yourself that you have sort of a background in PvP? Have you done PvP in retail or classic? Have you really dabbled in either of those?
I mean, I don't want to brag, but I got a rank 14 warrior on Night Slayer, you know.
Okay, I mean, hey, that's
rank 14 warrior. I got a rank 10 undead rogue, and I got like a rank 9 human warrior on Night Slayer as well. I got plenty of classic PvP experience.
No, honestly, that's huge. I think that a lot of people, like I was saying earlier, the big thing is if you have some sort of PvP sense, you know how it feels whenever like you're nearing death and you're trying to like clutch a kill, or you're trying to escape. I think you can easily steady that sort of fast going heart rate that makes you make mistakes. Whereas if you're not experienced in it, or say like maybe you're only used to like retail, you may not have that. I would say it's overall called PvP sense, but I think it's really just your heart rate. I think your heart rate going fast, you just easily make mistakes. Sometimes your adrenaline helps you a lot, but other times it's going to be your downfall.
Yeah, it comes down to fight or flight, and if you're going to be able to hold your grit.
So what would you say, I mean, if you were to say like right now, is there any other Taurens right now that are going right now? Actually, let's see.
Yeah, there's at least 2 or 3, I think.
Okay, let's see. Respectable. Okay. There's a few. I think that right now, everyone's pretty neck and neck. Is there any areas that you know of, especially in the Tauren area, that you're kind of concerned about?
Not really. I've done enough hardcore to know like how to be careful. Like I am like there's areas I don't really know because I haven't really leveled a Tauren ever, I don't think.
Oh wow. Okay. I would say so. I mean, you're kind of a first in that first area, not necessarily where there's crazy amount of danger. I think there's some caves in certain like areas that are much worse for other races, but I think some of the worst things you're going to experience are going to be really in the next area that you go to. So right at Bloodhoof Village, there's going to be some animal mobs that you're going to face, and it's going to be very easy to get overwhelmed because some of them have knockback, some of them have bleeds, and then also, I mean, this is just like any other zone. You can pull multiple mobs because you're gonna have the multiple hostile mobs as well. So I think yours comes pretty soon, and I think the other thing is as well, in that starter zone area, there's gonna be a lot of mobs that you're gonna face that they're drop quests, and drop quests can be, if you get bad RNG with drop quests, it kind of sucks for a bit. So I think that's going to be,
drops are the worst.
So I think that's going to be some of your biggest issues early on. However, that being said, if you have experience in it and you know where to go for certain mobs, like pay attention, of course, to your minimap and where Rested XP is telling you, as long as you keep going and you don't try to pull anything too crazy, like some of those, what are they called, the gnolls, as long as you don't try to do anything crazy with those, or the harpies, I think you'll be fine. There's a lot of dangerous camps, as well in the initial area for you. So I don't envy it for sure. I think there's a way to navigate around it, but it's still, I don't envy it for sure.
No, I'm hopeful, but I know the harpies are the absolute worst part.
But still, that being said, I mean, hey, you've got the experience in it. You may have not played Shaman, but I think that does carry over when you have either hardcore experience, and you have those deaths on hand as well, like those high level deaths. I think that makes a difference. I think the harder thing, of course, when you have some of those high level deaths, like 30, 40 plus, you forget how hard the early levels on. So I do hope that that carries over for you. I remember when I made my first hardcore character, I got him close. I think it was like 38. And it died immediately. I died again, like shortly after. It's because you forget, like you're just like, well, danger is different because I have different abilities. So definitely take care. But I do hope to see you not only in round 1, but also in round 2 with an easy dub, hopefully in your first run.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that, dude.
Yeah, and best of luck. I'll be keeping an eye on things, and I hope to not see you in the post-death interview chat room.
You never know. Thank you, though, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, of course. And I'll catch you later. I think it's crazy. One of the things that I think is blowing my mind is like some of these people, like they'll say they're playing retail, or maybe they're playing classic and whatnot. You don't think about what kind of background they have in the game, and some people legitimately have a long-standing background in the game, and that to me is insanely impressive. Got it. I need to do the one for Horde too. I'll log out real quick.
All right, Sean. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Give me 1 minute. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Wait.
Oh my god!
That's what I get for watching chat. That's what I get for looking at chat. That's what I get. I'm probably gonna cry if I die.
How are you feeling? That was a close moment, not gonna lie. In that,
yeah, what a great time for you to hop in.
I was like, so
yeah, I'm feeling mostly. I mean, honestly, just really nervous. I don't have any hardcore or classic experience. I haven't played classic since it was OG classic vanilla. I've watched a little bit of gameplay. I've watched, OnlyFans, and it was popular. And I've over the past couple of weeks watched a couple people.
Yeah.
But my chat and I, we kind of just decided that we were going to full send it. I didn't really have a lot of time to practice anything, so it's a level 7.
I think if you follow Rested XP, and for the most part, if you don't try to do anything too risky, there's still a chance, because I think there's a level difference. If you're able to at least pump some levels, then you can at least get past that round 1, and that'll make a huge difference. So I think that for the most part, a lot of people are going to be broken on that round 1 because either they're going to be taking too much risks, or they're going to try to deviate the path to try to get some sort of edge, and that could be their sort of downfall. So I think there's a lot of chance that you still have, even if you're inexperienced. I think it's totally fine. Plus, you do have Priest, which it does give you a little bit of opportunity there as well.
Yeah, I agree. Having off heals and having a caster is definitely an advantage, I think, to some of the others.
And as you saw,
that's what I was hoping for, is a caster and something with off heals. I mean a druid. So
I think you saw early on too, and I think you'll get a lot of experience with some of these mobs that you're about to face. They have extra effects. Like some have, they get like sort of a sprint, as well as they get like a like a slice and dice effect where they get a lot of haste as well. So some of these early mobs are super unfair, but also it kind of preps you. I think that whenever you're facing these early mobs in hardcore, when you get used to that idea, you kind of learn, like, okay, this is how I kite. This is how I kind of avoided the best I can. And especially when you get bubble, you'll be able to avoid a lot of those interrupts and that pushback whenever people hit you.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, honestly, is bubble.
What was the class you were hoping? Like, if you were to be like, hey, this is the one that I would vibe with the most, what were you hoping for?
A druid. That's what I main in retail. That's what I've played since 2005, since I started playing WoW. So that obviously would have been ideal. But Alliance in general was the most ideal, and then Caster was the next best thing for me. So I'm very happy with what I got.
Not gonna lie, I think Druid definitely has one of the hardest early games for there. So I think it might be better that you got a Caster and you got Alliance, but didn't get Druid.
Did a Druid? I heard that they were tough. So especially the lower levels, they're not strong.
I think you'll do well. I think that as far as if you played casters or if you like casters, I think it transfers well. Like, for example, I think Priest and Warlock, they kind of transfer well as far as like understanding. Maybe if you haven't played Shaman, that's a whole different ball game. But I think for the most part, if you played a caster, you probably understand what it's like. And if you've played Resto or if you played Boomkin at all, you probably understand what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, for the most part.
Do you have any PvP experience when you originally played WoW?
I do. I started PvPing in retail at the end of Shadowlands, or the end of BFA, the beginning of Shadowlands. And I'm currently sitting at 2200 in RBGs in retail. So I mostly do like RBGs and now Blitz. I don't have a lot of arena XP or like 1v1 especially, but I do have some PvP experience.
That's good. I think that like the one thing that I've been like repeating across these interviews is that is PvP sense makes a huge difference in the game. And I think that whenever players don't have like a PvP sense, I think that affects their ability to play. Even if you have no hardcore experience, I think that if you have some PvP sense, it'll make a difference because you know how to kind of quell the heartbeat whenever it gets really high. And then two, a lot of when you're facing a mob, it's like, do I try to kill this mob and possibly die? Or do I try to run, don't engage at all, and just try to get away from it? And I think you face that early on. So I think those situations are helped if you have a little bit of PvP.
Yeah, right.
I hate for you to get it too early on and too often, but at least it's like a reality check all of a sudden. It happens very fast.
Oh, I gotta buy this. Yeah. I agree. It does. Like I looked away for 2 seconds and was about to die, so.
And I think for you, I think the big thing that you'll face early on here in a moment is the caves where you have the big yetis, and then you also have some of the animals you'll have to face, not only boars but also the tigers, as well as some of the bears. So definitely wish you good luck with those. Those are some of the hardest ones not to pull and to be careful. Definitely use distance to your advantage as much as you can possibly. And something I've been telling all the casters, of course, is MP5 may be a thing of the past, but as much as you possibly can, manage your mana, and MP5 will save you a lot of heartache if you can help it.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Thank you for the tip. Thank you. I'm
no worries.
I appreciate it.
Good luck. Stay safe out there, and I hope to see you at least in round 2. That's my expectations.
Me too.
All right.
Oh, me too. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, take it easy.
See ya.
Well, let's check out Thevibinggorilla and see how he's doing.
Oh, and charge forward, and that's pretty low. Oh.
Enough rage.
I need to pick up alchemy, dude, to get these potions.
All right, cool. I just wanted to come and check.
No. Wait.
No.
Oh, I'm dead. 100%.
Actually?
Oh, actually dead, dude. I
Oh,
got
God,
3
no
health in
way.
a dream, bro.
Come on, 3 health, come on!
5 health! 16 health! Did he leave? Holy shit, dude!
A few moments later.
Oh my god.
No more. My heart is, we're going over here. We're doing these gnomish tools.
All right. I'm just going to pick your brain a bit, if that's okay, funkusz. Just kind of like...
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of like... Of course, game takes priority. You know, just like, of course, like I was jumping into Morrigan's, and then also vibing, and both of them almost died twice. Like so, like
vibing was
it,
3 HP while we were in there.
I was like, just take it easy. Like these are just questions to kind of get you thinking. But of course, this is something I've been asking everybody as we get started. How do you feel about your selection of well, I guess not your selection, but the randomized selection of human mage?
Human mage is great, dude. I think mage is one of the better classes, honestly, for a mak'gora tournament at this level. It's going to be tough separating out from all the other ones, though.
For sure. I said with how many there were. I mean, there was a few who broke out in Alliance that were also priest, and I was like, okay, some separation there, but yeah, definitely a lot of iterations. I wonder if anyone has like any secret strategies for their particular mage, but I haven't seen any quite yet.
I need to get level 12. I need to get level 12 for the next rank of Fireball. That's what I need. That's the next rank of Fireball, and that's the second rank of oh no. Not Fire Blast, unfortunately, but yeah.
Are you in the full Go Professions group or the No Professions group?
No Professions. I don't have time for Professions.
Yeah.
If I was if it depends on the class.
So what is the what do you when you how much what is your experience with hardcore? What is your experience with PvP? How much of both have you done?
I played hardcore even before the add-on era when you had to record everything on a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
So I've at that time I only got like a level 20 shaman and I stopped doing it, and I came back when the add-on came out. But dude, it absolutely swept, like absolutely like got my interest, and I've been playing it off and on ever since. I have let's see. I've gotten 2 level 60 warriors in hardcore, both self-found.
Wow.
And I got a level 60 rogue in hardcore on Defias Pillager.
That's insane. And any PvP mixed into there as well?
No PvP.
Okay.
So that's the thing. That's
good at the leveling part short. At least. I mean, hey, that could set you apart.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I can be one of the higher levels, then I feel good.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I've seen the opposite. I've seen some people with a little bit of both. The most I've seen is a lot of people who have PvP experience, some who've earned like rank 14 before, and I think the big thing that I've noticed with people with PvP is having PvP sense, which is like when you're in those panic moments and those like near death moments, you kind of clutch a win out of it. What do you think sets you apart?
I should amend my answer. Actually, I did do a lot of PvP on the Classic Anniversary Realm. I did get a rank 14 Warlock.
Definitely, that makes a difference. I think that's big too.
so yeah,
you're a liar. It's totally fine.
I didn't even think of it. I didn't even think of it because I don't have a lot of dueling experience. I guess is what I would say.
Like 1v1s in arenas.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of dueling experience.
What do you think? I mean, as someone of your experience who has quite a wide-ranging experience like Set, what do you think is like someone who's coming into this brand new, maybe hasn't even gotten to a 60 in hardcore, maybe he hasn't even gotten like 20 or 30. What do you feel like sets like something that they're missing that maybe like this is going to be their downfall if they're not careful?
Oh man, it's hard to say. It's all about knowledge. Hardcore is just a knowledge check. It's not about skill.
If you were to say like the main thing, like if this was to be not necessarily just to level 10 and some change, like a couple extra levels here and there, what would be the next grouping? You'd be like, all right, let's do let's do a duel at this level. What would you say would be like the next best bracket?
Honestly, I would say I think this is as good a format as there is.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. Now, I would say the next, you could extend it a little bit, maybe extend the leveling by 2 hours. Maybe everyone's level 15 or 14.
Early dungeons, dungeon greens and whatnot.
I would do just one. I would do a single session event like this. I wouldn't space it out all over the place.
Okay. No, I think I respect that. I think it's whenever you start to get the longer, I think once people have unlimited time, say if you give them like a month, then you get to the level of someone's going to get an advantage there that can't be offset by something so small. Like it's going to be like, this is the winning thing. I think this is a great format because you don't have time, or you could make a choice to make something, but then you might lose somewhere else drastically. So like a level could make a huge difference, whether or not you're hitting or not. So I think that's big. And like you said, skill is going to be huge, like working on your weapon skill, but as well as defense. I think that's going to make a huge difference. So I think ultimately you're right. I think this does work the best. If I were to say like everyone to start and like say like get the same character across the board, I would maybe pick like right when you pick up right when you pick up your first mount. But I know there's a lot of like difference in like
sure
yeah
sure
like,
yeah
if I were to give everyone the same, I guess, optimal setup, I think there's still a lot of like feud advantages there, but I think I would love to see just with mounts added, and where like warriors are a little bit activated because like you can get whirlwind axe pretty early on if you know the strat. So you can kind of like sneak that in there, and then rogues get a lot
cyclone kiting.
Exactly.
Definitely done that.
So yeah, there's a lot of strats out there as you get higher level. So it would be interesting, but I think for something like this, especially with like a spontaneous like go, and then you have a few hours, I think it's definitely interesting to see how how this plays out.
The other nice thing about like just this level 10, is that the whole rock, paper, scissors matchups that play out in between classes, I feel like isn't as pronounced as it is at like the higher levels. Like I think Warrior definitely has a chance here. Like I know we're kind of like memeing on him, but I would say Warrior definitely has a chance.
You can get a pretty strong crit, and then
if you get level 12, dude, you get shield bash too. You're interrupting.
Yeah, true.
Get that weapon swap macro on. Now I don't know who's gonna play like that, but like
yeah,
you should.
Yeah, there's definitely some warriors out there that I know who would definitely max to that level, and it would be it'd actually be a contender. So, well, I wish you the best with your leveling. You're already doing great.
Thank you.
Final stretch is there. You have a lot under under your belt. Just of course, remember your fundamentals is what. So anything I tell the people who have a lot of experience, I'm like, hey, remember your fundamentals, because I don't got anything to tell you. You kind of already know. So
yes. But, good call though.
So have a good time. I wish you the best, and I hope to see you in round 2 and not run 1. So
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you stopping in, man.
Yeah, take it easy. Once again, just a lot of people who have so much experience. It's staggering.
Okay, Sean. I've turned you up, and I'm going to turn my music down just a smidge. And I am ready.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, you're good. Glad to see, one, you're still alive. That's a huge win right there. I've definitely been in a few right before the interviews, and they're about to die, and I'm like, let me hold off just a moment and just kind of let them experience that. Yeah, so we've had a few close calls. We have had almost a warrior death. We've had almost a priest death. So they get kind of they get hairy very fast. So
I know. I really almost died to a boar like so fast. I think I was down to 31 and it was really scary.
Yeah, there's a reason why boars are so like optimal strat. Is because they attack so fast and they have such a haste to them. It's dangerous.
It's so dangerous. So just 1 second, let me give a disclaimer. Yes, hi chat. Thank you, Chrissy baby. I'm very happy to see you. Also, Devin, I'm not, if I die, I'll reroll, but I'm going to take a moment. If you aren't following ShawnSetGO, he is doing the full commentator coverage of this event. Please make sure that you follow him on Twitch and on TikTok and on YouTube. He is an excellent creator, and he is just making sure that he covers everything, all of the things that are going here. So yeah.
Thank you for the excellent introduction.
Sean.
I appreciate it. No. Thank you. The pleasure's all mine. It's been great to interview people. I think the main thing that is surprising with a lot of people is like you can't tell from a superficial, like just talking to them initially, but a lot of people have a lot of experience, even if it's not direct to what we're doing right now. I think some of it's transferable. And I think the thing that you have that a lot of players don't is that Mythic Plus has you very hyper aware of everything that's around you. So if you've done Mythic Plus, if you've done raiding in current retail WoW, a lot of people don't have that hands-on experience of knowing how to manage a lot going on at once and kind of being able to zero in still on whether it's DPS or tanking and stuff like that. What do you feel like is like the big thing for you that maybe sets you apart from other players?
My complete unbelief in myself. I would say that is what
underdog mentality.
Yes, the underdog mentality. I also just I was just talking to chat earlier that I am just not not a super competitive person. I really just am truly here for the vibes. Like that is the realest statement that I could make about myself. And so recognizing that I'm here just to have fun, my goal is to survive the leveling process and get as high as I can. And if I do that, I'm going to be really happy. So the PvP stuff, I'm just like, I'm not going to yield. I'm not going to make it easy on purpose. But I'm just like, I'll do my thing and I'll have fun doing it. And I have talked on my stream about how my brain's name is George. And I'm like, today, George is the greatest adversary of them all. And as long as we beat George, we're good.
That's always good.
Yeah, I would say that's that. I also lucked out. So I am leveling a classic tune that is a troll to be in Nightman's guild.
Okay.
So I have just recently run this entire area. So like I've known which places I wanted to avoid. I have not played a mage, but I also just know like the general areas that are going to get me in trouble. So I've been avoiding that.
Yeah, especially troll racials. I think that does set you apart in a large way. I think that it's going to be huge for your big casts. I think I've talked to a few mages so far because there's a lot on the alliance side. So the big universal thing that I think that people are saying, or the big tip that everyone's trying to like, they've said that's helped them the most is like understanding how mage fights go. So I think if you have any experience understanding how mages reset and how polymorph works, I think that's huge. There are some that have like big tech, which is like the MP5 ticks, which are also a big strat as well, like just managing that and getting your drink ticks in. I think that if you're just going in at a basic level though, I think that really it's just overall it's mana management. Understanding how to play without running out of mana immediately is huge.
Which right now I'm like, all right, chat, it's your responsibility to make sure that I don't run out of mana.
Exactly.
Which in a PvP round, like I feel it's going to be so much different from anything that I'm used to because I am primarily like a PvE player. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see like how I can adjust in real time. The biggest thing really is going to be like keeping my nervous system under control because I already feel that I don't know that much about the short term like management of resources. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to even like see what it feels like, and maybe it'll get me excited for more PvP at some point, but we'll find out.
Do you feel like this might inspire you to do hardcore just like as a regular thing? And do you feel like this will inspire you to do PvP as a regular thing as well?
I could see myself doing more hardcore. I do have a couple of hardcore tunes, but they're not like, they're just very chill tunes. It's when I just need like the reset, I guess. I need like the slow grind. I need to just like, the challenge is not how many buttons you can press, but how aware you can be of your surroundings. And like, that's kind of nice because then you're really in the game. Like you can't do too many other things. And my silly little ADHD brain likes being forced to focus. Sometimes, I will say sometimes, it's not always, but in that way where it's something that I enjoy, I think it's a really good flow.
Yeah, I think the pacing of hardcore, it definitely has its own little like peacefulness to it, but also high adrenaline moments that you'd never expect. I think the big thing that made classic, or I guess vanilla WoW back then, so popular were like the interactions that come whenever you're just playing the game that aren't expected by the developers and that just kind of happen in the game. I think that's sort of a missed commodity in retail where that you don't really get that as much.
For sure. Yeah, I would agree. I definitely got the luckiest pull, I think. I think everybody that's played WoW can say in a low level PvP tournament and classic, a troll mage is a pretty like W pull, I would say. But I had a nightmare that started like this.
Oh no.
And it was that I got like the winning like combination. I lucked out with the, you know, one of the best combos, and I had nothing to blame for my blatant skill issues at the end of the mak'gora. So I'm like, let me just give everybody realistic expectations here. Let me just, yeah, I know it was the troll mage pull was a little wasted on me, but I'm happy with it anyway. I'm gonna enjoy it while I have it.
I know. I hope it carries you forth. I would love to see an underdog win, and I think everyone would too as well. So, I think the big thing that I learned from funkusz, I actually didn't even think about this. Whenever you're leveling a caster, the big thing that about casters that the thing that casters forget, I suppose, is that defense is also a skill. Whenever you get hit, you get up in skill, and that can be the difference between you taking one too much damage and saving your life. I think specifically Thevibinggorilla had a 3 health near death, so it was definitely very close.
Oh my god.
So definitely there's been a few near deaths, not just yourself, so don't stress it too much, but I think that the big thing is it's leveling that defense. Make sure you're taking some hits and doing some melee just to make sure you're getting some of that skill. So that's the big tip that he threw out there, so I'm throwing that out there as like a little bit of tech for everybody.
Really good point. I'm do that right now. I'm gonna smack this scorpion and just make sure that I level my defense for a second. Yeah, I think that that's huge, and I'm just hoping that I can get high enough as a mage that I can get something for CC, like something for slows. Like bats has been pretty helpful. Just talking me through a couple different things. And so hopefully, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I will be cautiously optimistic. It'll be good.
Well, I'm hopeful for you, and I really do hope to see you not just in round 1, but also in round 2. I know you have the potential, and I know that like there's a lot of things, a lot of cards stacked for you. Trust me, I've been through a lot of streams, and there's a lot of people who are just in the same like the boat as you, as far as either skill or how far they've leveled or how much hardcore classic they've done. So there is people that I think you'll have to give you a little bit of challenge, but I think you have potential to get a couple of dubs in there before someone claims your ear.
Yeah, we'll see for sure. I keep on getting I had to turn my guild requests off, and I said, guys, I hate to tell you, but this character is going to cease to exist after today. So
we're thinking we're thinking short term, not long term here.
Short term, exactly. Well, thank you so much for hanging out and just popping in the chat for a little bit.
Yeah,
always a pleasure to talk.
Not a problem, not a problem. Of course, watch out for that island. That island is deadly. And second, those guards out there, the human guards are absolutely, they pull a lot. So take care, best of luck, and I will see you in the duels.
All right, so Mr. Barehands, what I have deemed to be appropriate is some sort of crowd-funded punishment based on loopholage, because
we got
technicality.
We need to get on our troll.
Mob tagging.
We need to be here.
Is illegal. That I'm gonna bring to them the case, and they will, as a collective, decide whether or not something feels fishy or deserving, or whether or not you even need to be punished in the first place.
We got to get in this chat.
All right.
What is up, brother? I've heard some slander being slown, so I had to come by, because I'm like, there's no way this feels like it's being blown up. I gotta see the other side. I gotta hear what's going on, because it seems like they're cutting my boy at the kneecap. So I gotta know what's going on.
Dog, it's not only the content creators. My entire chat turned against me in a heartbeat. I lost half my subs. Half my founding members aren't even talking to me anymore.
I hate to see you ostracized like this, and especially so close to the end here. How do you feel? What do you feel like happened, and what do you feel like people are misconstruing in this moment right here?
I think people are forgetting that we're playing a game and that we're here to entertain the crowd. You know what I mean? I was looking for any avenue I could to entertain my boys over here in the chat. And that meant finding some loopholes, pushing the envelope, going further, better, harder, faster, stronger than anybody else out there that wants this. Nobody wants it as badly as I do, and I'm being punished for it.
What do you feel like? What do you feel like? If, in your words, beginning to end, what do you feel like? Where was your mind at? What were you trying to do? What were you trying to achieve?
Well, I knew from the very beginning that it was going to be controversial. It was going to make its way over to the other creators. But I had no idea that Mystic was going to come into my voice chat, tell me, hey, you didn't break any rules at all. You didn't do anything wrong. You found a loophole, and we're just going to adjust accordingly. We're going to update the rules so that you can't do that moving forward. And I said, that's great. Then, lo and behold, half an hour later, I'm hearing that I'm getting punished for it. When I've already been punished. My chat hates me. Like, I've already taken the L here.
Yeah, already wearing the red A. You're already been chosen as the one for sacrifice. I think there's a few things that could be done, if anything is done. What do you feel like is the most reasonable thing for Mystic to do? Like, if he does go like, hey, we got to punish. Like, what do you think has to be done? What do you think should be done?
I told him that I will take any punishment that he dishes out. One, because I like to take it on the chin. I'll make my bed and I'll lay in it. I chose to be the villain today, and I'm doubling down on that.
So really hopeful for you, and I'm definitely Team Bare Hands. So I hope things turn out well for you.
Thanks so much, Sean. And just before you go, I just want everybody to know something, because I gotta say this now while before people start making all these assumptions about me. Guys, I am in character. All jokes aside, we're here to entertain. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, if I was to have a beer with any one of these guys, I'm sure we would get along just fine. So I'm just putting that out there. We're in character. We're trying to have a good time. That's all it is. It's just for show.
Yeah, no bad blood. Honestly, I think everyone has been super kind, and in the end, it's all jokes, and it's all for the love of the game, and just to make it a little bit more entertaining. And there's no reason to focus so much on the bad. Let's focus on the amount of people who are doing the good. And so, and you're doing good, and there's a lot of creators out there doing great. So it's good to see that everyone's having a good time. I was just talking with Mystic, and Mystic was like, he's just excited that people can come together, and of course, he mentioned you. Like, he was like, the first thing is that he mentioned is like, he's the reason why this kind of things like this happen is why. So let's not forget that, like, these things don't happen without people coming together and making some big thing happen for the greater of the community.
Absolutely. And on that note, dude, Mystic is the homie. Well, I'll pretend all day to be mad at him and hate him, but dude, he's one of my best friends, and like I said earlier, it's just all for the love of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's absolutely what we're searching for. So, in these last few minutes, embrace yourself. Do some steady breathing exercises, whatever you need to do to focus. And I can't wait to see you at the finish line.
Hey, Sean, thank you so much, man. You're doing an amazing job. I'm so happy that you're out here doing this, man. If there's anything I can do, man, let's get in the DMs, and I'd love to support you in any way I can.
All right, man. I'll see you, of course, in a bit. And of course, I hope to see you in at least round 2, like at the very minimum. Let's see you in a round 2. All right.
You'll see me around. You'll see me at the finale. Trust.
the standing boards, the final bits. We'll give you your flowers.
Thank you, Sean. Hey, have a great day. See you soon.
All right, take it easy. All right, this is a duel between Sperry and Vibing. Vibing comes in with an early charge, putting Sperry on the defensive. A polymorph to separate and put Sperry a bit on the back pedal, but an early frostbolt, not really giving time for MP5 to really recharge, but another polymorph, a good reset. She just needs to take some time, take a break, and I think she can get a good reset here. Maybe get some drink in there. I think is what she needs the most right now. All right, having her on the back pedal again. An early Ren. The Ren is going to put a lot of damper on her ability to do this. Some back pedals here to really separate, but he's still kind of coming in strong. Unfortunately, Sperry not able to get a real good amount of distance right now, and really mana being the big if right here.
I'm just here
All right. All right. And so right now, I think unfortunately Sperry is it's gonna be the end for Sperry. And unfortunately Sperry ends. Oh, you hate to see it. I think she had some good methodologies there, some solid choices, but I think the main thing was just polymorph. Of course, let's give a quick chat to Sperry after the fight.
The duel after Morgan X and A Shadow is Stephen Bones.
I heard my name and who else it cut off.
We're gonna find out right now.
Yeah, he's still spinning.
Oh, got it.
Stephen Bones and Ko Wilco.
How do you feel? How do you feel about the fight? How do you feel about the duel? You feel like you got this in the bag?
No, I thought I was gonna lose a duel, but because I was level 4,
yeah.
You know? But I didn't think I was gonna die by looking to the left at my chat, and I drowned in the water by trying to kill crabs. So
yeah, it's
and I had some pretty good.
The drown meter is claimed a number of friend, and it's definitely wouldn't be the first time. You definitely clutched a few survival moments out of there, but I'm unfortunate that it ended up being drowning the way you went. I'll have to look back and see that clip because I missed it. But
yeah, I thought I got ganked by somebody for some reason. I thought like a rogue like ambushed me. I'm like, yo, no way, dude.
Wall is fighting. Oh, Morgan. All right, so the early shield, she still has a chance. In this moment, it's going to be really important for her to get a heal off. I think while she's doing that, it's really important that she tries to keep her distance, keep him on the move as much as possible, whereas the rogue really needs to keep the pressure on the backside. It's really important that happens. Morgan just barely, almost there, but just middling with mana right now, and that's going to be the struggle right now for Morgan. Is he going to pull out the victory with very little else? Oh my god! Oh my god! Hey, what is up?
Hello.
Clutching the dub round 1. How do you feel? Is the heart racing? Is it going?
Yes,
is it pumping?
I'm still shaking. I'm still shaking. I had to take my hand off the mouse. It's real sweaty.
No, I honestly, like, I was looking at it at the very end there. It looked like that there was like basically it ran out of mana, but then you were able to clutch in some lasting strikes. Yeah, at the very end. So what was your strategy going in, and how do you feel going into the next round? What do you feel like is going to be your strategy?
Honestly, I'm really nervous against melees. Like as soon as I saw the rogue, I was a little bit scared. Just because as a caster, it's hard to get away and to get your cast off, especially a rogue with all the bleeds and stuff. But honestly, my stone form saved me. My healing pot also saved me. The bandage was super clutch. I had to use a lot more heals than I thought, considering I healed my enemy to start with. Did not know that was going to happen. I'm actually trolling myself, but
oh no!
Now we know for next time.
But still, I mean, hey, a win's a win no matter what happens. And I think that is there anything that you ran out of that you won't be able to use next round? Or are you still good? Are you still stocked?
I'm still stocked. I have 7 bandages and 4 healing potions.
Okay, so you got plenty. That's good to hear. Hopefully you're able to preserve them as long as possible. I really do hope so. I'm glad that you made it through the rounds. It's good to see the priest holding out strong. Whenever you see matchups like that, it's always like, can the priest not to avoid getting their back turned on them? It's really unfortunate what that happens, but good to see you're making it to the next round, and hope to see you dubbing in the next round or the round 2 as well. But you did a great job, and keep practicing and keep pumping while you're waiting, and just breathing exercises, I guess.
Yes, that's exactly it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Right. See you in the next one.
See ya.
Starts, charge comes in, gets the shout off, sticky glue down. Dots up, 1-1. Oh my god. Sticky glues her right back. Not going to matter much. She's already started her smite priest rotation, which for anybody out there is smite. Goes up. We get 1 heroic strike in. Motherfucking Mystic doesn't know which way to turn. It looks like the rot damage is going to take him down, unfortunately. A big pot crits on him. Oh, we're back again. Hopefully, Play still has a pot cooldown inside of her, but she uses a health potion. Thunderclap down. One big crit, and it's all over. Thunderclap's coming off cooldown here. Ren falls off into the hamstring. Back up with Rend again. It's anybody's duel, but it looks like Mystic.
Insane comeback.
Hello, hello. How do you feel? How are things?
I feel like I jinxed myself when I talked to you earlier because I was like, "Oh, priests are gonna lose mana so easily."
It's a rough deal out there. It's definitely hard. I think the main thing with melee versus casters is the amount of pressure that you have to like deal with, because they can be constant. They're moving so fast. They're able to do everything on the go, whereas you can't. Where do you feel like you went wrong? Where do you feel like you did right? And what do you feel like was the ultimate decider of your death?
I probably should have waited to use my sticky trap instead of right off the rip.
Okay. Like wait until post charge, like maybe.
Yeah, I feel like I probably should have waited. But I mean, I'm not mad about it. I knew going in getting a priest, it was not going to end well.
I think it's tough, especially whenever you have when you don't really have like a fear to rely off of. You can't really sort of reset as well as gain a lot of distance other than just straight up running. Like you just kind of gotta run and gun and hope for the best, and hope you don't get too close and they stay too close. So I think you put up a good fight. I think it was strong. Sorry to see you go. Hopefully I know he's setting up a new one, and I know everyone's invited, so hope to see you in the next one, and hope to see you in the top winners bracket in the next time.
Dead zoning him right off the bat. Sticky glue comes off. Neck and neck, dude. Flame shock down. A strength of the earth totem. Oh, it looks like there is no contest here. Mystic going down with the pot early. You'll love to see it. Backing up, not sure what to do. Lightning shield reapplied. Mystic getting shocked again. It looks like it's all but over for our friend, our organizer. Motherfucker, the Mystic.
He just ran out of mana right then and there. That's unfortunate.
What is up, man?
What is up, man? How do you feel? How do you feel?
Feeling pretty good right now. Not gonna lie.
I saw at the very end, like you had just hit out of mana, but you held out strong. I like, for all things like considered, especially with like how close it gets. How do you feel about versing warriors in general? Do you feel like warriors now got nothing against you? Because you do have, I think, one warrior I guess you could potentially duel, but do you feel like now you got warriors figured out? What do you feel like you did right? What do you feel like you did wrong?
Honestly, to be honest, it was all a blur, man. So I was in there and I was out of there in a second. I feel like I just woke up on the other side. But to be quite honest, I think I'm slowly realizing that shaman's really strong, and we may see the rise of the night shaman in the future. I don't know what the chat thinks, but we may see the rise of the night shaman. I will say though, I hate to have to do it to Mystic Brother. That's my brother, and I hate to have to take him out. I wish it would have been anyone else, to be quite honest. But,
I mean, he's competing and running, and so I think he feels a bit of relief, to be honest. So.
Yeah, now he can focus on getting shit done. Yeah, I feel him.
It's a bit tough out there, but I think that ultimately you did great in the fight. I think you pulled in a lot of clutch moves. Of course, the amount of like aggressive hits that can happen all of a sudden against warrior can be very, very scary. But like we were talking about earlier, I think that PvP sense, you stayed calm, you stayed collected. You held on to your mana as long as you could. And I think going into the next round, as long as you upkeep that mana management, I think you'll be totally fine.
Pots early from both competitors here. That Frost Nova coming off cooldown. Going to make some distance here. Throwing knife goes out, starting off with a big fireball. Into another fireball. Into another fireball.
Oh my god.
This game. Oh, looks like a hard reset. No!
Oh,
no!
Let's go. Wow, tiny eco.
Little damage here, and the shield goes right back up. Sometimes you might think it might not be worth it, but oh, we got that fireball damage, and Zep goes down.
Oh my god.
God.
Dude, I'm pissed. It resisted 3 of my casts.
it was wild.
That's what I was worried about fighting someone a higher level is them getting them resist off. So for my talent points, I decided to put one into impact, but I thought about putting it into arcane subtly.
Okay.
So it reduces those chances to resist, and I should have just gone with arcane subtly. I was really hoping a fireball or a fire blast was going to get that stun off.
It's a tough judgment. Like for example, some it's like it's better to go into like damage, like just raw damage, and then some like depending on your level, it's just better to go on. Can I hit this ability?
Yeah.
What do you feel like? I mean, things you can control, things you can't. What do you feel like was kind of out of your control in that fight?
So the resists were out of my control. One thing I thought about doing, so I casted 2 fireballs back to back instead of fireball into frostbolt and keeping them slowed.
Yep, you have to alternate them. Yeah.
It's because I was hoping to get that stun on the fireball, because if I got the stun off, I would have killed him. So I was betting on a 2% chance, and that was dumb of me to do. That was like the biggest mistake I made. But yeah, he was resisting. I couldn't get off. I think he also resisted a polymorph. I can't remember if I got him with a. He resisted the polymorph, and then I was able to frost nova him.
What do you think you would do differently about, like just leveling, or like say you get the same loadout? What would you do differently?
So my biggest mistake was one was I wasted about 10 minutes going to the bathroom, which was not good. Got to clear out the bowels before it starts.
You got to get the pee
But I
bottle out.
wasted my Hearthstone to go from the gold mine that what's his name is Gold something. I can't remember his name. Goldtooth. I hearthed from there to Goldshire to save time, and then I ran to East Elwyn Forest, and I realized, wait, I forgot to pick up herbalism and alchemy. So I ran all the way over from pretty much Red Ridge all the way up to Stormwind and ran all the way back there.
Dang.
So that burned like probably 15 minutes. And so I maybe could have got to a level 11 if I played my Hearthstone game a little bit better.
Gotcha. No, I've definitely done that before where I used it too soon, or like if you're like in a certain area and you're like, oh man, I really need a hearth for this, and you just like you go, oh, now I know what the hearth was for. And so it's like,
yeah, exactly.
It's one of those unfortunate moments that's like, it's hard to control, especially in a time thing like this. And it's like, I think honestly, more than anything else, what wins this tournament isn't necessarily the amount of things you do right. It's the amount of things you do wrong. If you do too many things wrong, it just puts you on too far of a bad leg. I mean, sometimes it means death, but other times it just means that like, hey, you're missing something crucial for this duel. And it's just unfortunate, but still, that being said, good on you for doing what you did. You got this far and you did well. It's unfortunate how it turned out, but like, hey, the resists are real, so that definitely does happen.
It was the one thing I didn't want to do, because I saw him, I would pass him in Elwyn, and I kept like hooing, right, to see the levels in Elwyn, and I saw that he hit to 11, and I was like, shit, if I play against him, it's gonna be rough. But what's nice is I hit level 10 with 5 minutes remaining, so I at least made it to level 10. That was like my main goal. Was
I can't imagine if you got like 98% or something like that, like 99.
Yeah,
that would have been at least you got that far. It's definitely and as you go on, you hone your leveling skills and you get better at it. But I think no matter what, level 10 is an achievement. So
yep,
in that amount of time, but. Good talking with you. I hope to see you for the rest of the duels here hanging out. And of course, I hope to see you in the next one as well.
Hold on. Daddy Ops and Mr. Barehands. Daddy Ops and Mr. Barehands, step to the side. Step to the side. Mr. Barehands, for those that don't know, was followed around by a pocket healer for a decent amount in the beginning of the competition. Now, with that being said...
And only level 10. Crazy.
With that being said,
didn't take advantage of it like you could have.
Immediately, once told to cease and desist, owned up to it and quit doing it. Also, that, in my opinion, goes against the rule of no mob tagging. It is just a different version of that.
And grouping.
Now, hold on, everybody, hold on. We are going to be fair, and we're going to give Mr. Barehands a minute to explain his case.
Let's just be honest, guys. Mystic came into my chat saying, "Dog, you didn't break any rules. You found a loophole. And now I'm being punished for it. That's fine. I will lay in my bed. I will take this heat. I am the villain. So here, what's the punishment? Bring it on. I don't give a I'm going to kick all your asses anyways. There's no problem, no doubt in my mind. I don't need nothing."
Of making Mr. Barehands play with no pants on and inside of the charge range.
The dead zone. Yep. Let's do it.
That man is well fed. Holy.
All right, let's get it.
Flag is down. We are starting Mage versus Rogue. Early Frost Nova, and it resists. Easy opener. Looks like Baldy Bald has no competition here.
No way.
my
Yeah.
God.
Wow. Absolutely.
Wow.
There.
Yo, what's up?
What is up? How you feeling?
Yo, I'm feeling invincible right now.
I was also about to hop down.
That was
action.
bananas. So what do you
Wizard hates me, man. That's what it is.
So starting out that fight, honestly, there's a lot that went on. It sort of blinked and it was done. But what do you feel like went right? What do you feel like went wrong there?
For me, first off, it was huge getting to get the first duel, so I could still use all the buffs I had from my last fight. Second of all, I don't know. I guess it resisted, and then you just couldn't get anywhere. So I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I got crits as well, I guess.
Still got crit. Yeah, dude, I got one shot. That was crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't have time to even get the sheep cast off after I resisted the Frost Nova. So
I think that's the strange thing that can define these fights is like a random crit could just end you and so it happens super fast.
Oh yeah,
and
I mean you're critting like 60-70 on Rogue, maybe.
Wait,
40-50 at this point.
Yo, how are you supposed to as a rogue? Am I supposed to stealth before the flag, or as soon as the flag drops stealth? I'm there. What am I supposed to do with stealth?
So yeah, have your stealth off cooldown and then kind of just try to stand like max range of the flag.
Yeah, no, definitely. So what do you feel like? I mean, like, this is something I've been asking a lot of the people who've been dueling, and the main thing is, of course, with a loss comes like reflection. And so when we go to possibility of doing another one like these, you know, if you were to look to the future as far as what you might do differently, what do you think is the reason, a reason why maybe you didn't have as much of an advantage? What would you do differently if you were to do this again?
Well, I think if it comes down to RNG again, it's definitely kind of just up in the air because the Alliance and new class definitely played into the slower leveling. If I had rolled something on Horde side or anything, I think I would have been able to get a couple more levels on me. And then an unlucky resist as well. Didn't really get to fully play out the matchup.
Exactly.
So
and I saw a few matchups just like that too so far already, where it's like an unfortunate resist or just a really bad crit just kind of ended super quick. Is there something that
we had a couple lesser potions drop while we were leveling as well, and then ended up having to use them in a couple of bad spots versus some murlocs and in a cave, so we ended up being potless by the duel. Herb Alch would definitely be beneficial. I didn't really get time for professions this time.
Yeah, I think a lot of people opted not to do professions, maybe just first aid at most, but a lot of people
I got
kind of
5 bandages made at the clock running down 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think for the most part, it's you don't really have a lot of opportunity to reset. We think we've seen with a few mages, it's just very difficult for you to reset. I think you put in an honest effort. And I definitely hope to see you in a future one, hopefully with a better combination of a racing class that you can work with. But I think you did.
I didn't get to see it. We can run it back again on the mage. I'd be happy with it. I liked mage. I need to just play some more stuff now at this point.
So when it comes
appreciate
to
you doing all this.
yeah, no, I mean, hey, I'm a participant just in a different way. So happy to be here as well. So
awesome.
definitely hope to see you in the rest of the rounds, just hanging out, and then of course in the next competition, if and when there is one, in maybe the winner circle next time.
Ooh, true. Yeah, have a champion run it back.
Yeah. All right. I'll catch you in the next one.
Good luck, bare hands. You know, what my because you're a warrior.
Guys. Good luck to you too, brother.
Good luck, bro. Good luck. Let's go.
He wants that gap. He wants that charge. He needs that charge. Without that charge, he's got no rage. Oh, and Tina with the big lead, getting the Shadow Word Pain off, so he's not getting that charge, not getting that instant. Looks like he's just outside of melee range here, Tina. Couple of smites inside.
What a clutch web.
That is a big, long, hard stop and stun. Tina with the perfect timing on that, just rotting him out. Need to keep him inside of that dead zone. Ren goes up. It looks like he missed on the hamstring. Always the first global when you're dueling as a warrior. Tina now going in for a smite burst instead of the rot and the rot and the rot. Renew goes up and Tina is out of mana as of this point. Neck and neck currently, but we got a Rend up and a Shadow Word Pain. It's really 2 more melees and Tina's all done. No pots yet have been seen. Ren goes up and that shield up and down immediately. Tina with the health pot. Bare hands still rotting. However, Tina now with the hamstring and the Rend. It is GG's.
Yo. Absolutely. It's definitely a very close fight, an unfortunate upset, but how do you feel after the fight?
You know, I can't be too upset. I did get Priest, and with Priest, if without a wand, I think you're, at a pretty large disadvantage. You have Shadow Word Pain to do damage, and every class can get to you because your smite takes too long. I did the best I could. Had to use my skull the first one to kill the mage. Mages are also tough. I'm glad I made it this far. I have probably about 4 hours of, maybe let's say like a maximum of 10 hours of like true classic experience. So to have made it this far was pretty cool. Had to look up a couple things along the way, like, what to do and where to get things. I looked up how to get a wand and couldn't get the 60 linen cloth in time, but I'm glad I made it this far.
Yeah, I think some races, unfortunately, it's just too tough to get enough cloth right in the beginning. I think if you're able to, like if you had a choice, like I feel like Undead's like a pretty easy get. Some classes just a pretty, some races are pretty easy get to get the linen cloth that you need. I think you still put up a pretty strong fight. Now, this is something I've been asking to everybody, of course. What do you feel like you would have done differently in your leveling process? I mean, of course, getting the wand is very important, but what do you feel like maybe some missteps that you made that you might do differently if you were to do this again?
So I think the biggest misstep for me is I had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life with my work and stuff. And I didn't really have any time to prep necessarily for this, as hard as it would be to prep for it. But besides that, I think the route, if I was to get a Troll Priest again and run the same exact tournament the way it was, I definitely would have, instead of trying to level up to 10, done my best to have acquired the 60 linen cloth for the wand, because as a priest, you really can't put out that much damage. It's really a LOS kind of distance thing there. Stick in the dead zone, Shadow Word Pain, and run.
Yeah.
I oomed fast, but had I had a wand, I think it was a little bit better because your main focus isn't to smite to use mana. It would be to heal and power word shield, and I would have just gotten
play a lot more defensively.
Exactly, yeah. So I think next time, if I am to roll a priest via the wheel picker, I'm gonna be grinding linen for the whole time.
No, I mean, I think that's reasonable. I think that it's like once you really level 8 and tailoring enchanting, and then plus you get a couple of like bonus stats and you get a wand. It's a nice setup, and even if you get just level 8, it's still not too bad off. And so yeah, there's not a whole lot of tools that a priest has in PvP to like slow or gain distance, but you can at least outlive them and dot the person who can't, so I think that's the main thing. But I think you still put up a pretty strong fight despite all that. And then I think that that I hope to see you in next one, if there is a next one. And then of course it hopefully, and this is what I've said to a lot of people in the interviews, is a lot of times the amount of mistakes you make is what defines it. But as you learn, less mistakes go along. And I do hope for you that that work calms down, that you can get a little bit more time focused in practicing. Because sometimes those practice runs help define those the W's that you get in the future runs. So
1,000,000%. But I'll tell you one thing. Next event, I will be there, and I will be back with a vengeance.
I believe it, and I hope to see it. Thank you for joining me in this interview, and of course, hope to see you in the rest of the fights.
Milk and Jar. Let's get together. Let's touch gloves. Let's do a bow. This is it, guys. This is it. This is for the big dub. This is for the crown of the Mystic mak'gora, man. It has been some highs, some lows. 3 hours with you guys. This was amazing. Actually, an insane time, guys. Let's hear the finalists talk.
Torin is a grief race. They're actually really racist. I don't know if you guys know this.
Oh God. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's get
back to the yam cam.
Let's get the
we got everything prepped. We got scrolls from the tower in Elwyn Forest. We got food buffs. We got sharpening stones. We got engineering. I prepped. I'm gonna say I prepped.
Yeah.
And yeah, to do all that within 3 hours is impressive, man.
And hit level 11 too.
Yeah.
We're all. It's the last fight.
Yeah, I was gonna wish from the VOD. I'll be posting my VOD at the end of this for sure.
Oh yes. Oh, shit.
Okay, here we go.
Let's go get him.
The sprint goes out.
Pop everything. Just slice and dice up. Pop that pot.
Milk on the back pedal.
Let's go, bro.
Putting a lot of pressure.
Boom! Let's go! Let's go!
GG.
Let's go!
GG, brother. GG.
Jar, bro, dude. Jar, you are the very first Mystic mak'gora champion. Everybody, let's kneel before our guy. Let's kneel.
That's right.
Good job, Jar.
Great job, Jar. Amazing, amazing job, dude. I hope you feel like the hero that you are, man. You earned it. You grinded. Jar. And first of all, I want to say thank you, all of you, whether you fought, cheered, or watched from the Barons chat. You made this event something truly special. This wasn't just a tournament. It was a community coming together, laughing, talking shit, and pushing each other to the edge. To every competitor, you fought like absolute champions. Win or lose, you made the first ever Mystic mak'gora unforgettable. And to our winner, stand tall. Today, you earned more than just bragging rights. You carved your name into the Mystic history as the first ever champion. But this is only the beginning. I've got bigger plans brewing. And after seeing the fire that brought all of us together today, I know we're ready to take things to the next level. So enjoy this victory, heal those wounds, and keep the hunger alive, because when the next Mystic event is announced, I expect to see every single one of you back in the arena. So with that being said, I would like to give you a sneak peek. I haven't exactly dialed in a date, so there's plenty of time. And every single person that was in here for the 20-man mak'gora is automatically invited. But if you don't want to be in the next one, it's totally okay. Here's the layout. The next event is going to be 32 content creators.
Wow.
32. With that being said, it will be the same style of fight and mak'gora speed leveling that we just did, except it will be 6 hours long.
Oh my god. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Level 15's coming.
That's W. That's a huge W.
And it will be with whatever faction, race, and class you want.
Reeling from this tournament, I mean, of course, it was sad to see you go so early, but I'm glad you were able to get some time to manage both the tournaments and be able to properly manage like how things went till the end there. Now, looking forward, I mean, this is a big announcement with a 6-hour tournament. Looking forward to the future. What do you think, looking forward, is going to be some of our main like pushers moving forward? Do you think it's going to be the same people? I mean, a lot of people really like mentioned funkusz as being the person who has a lot of experience and practice in exactly this. Who do you think might pull ahead in a fight like this?
I think there's a lot of creators that will see this, and there's a lot of creators that were a part of this that will now be like, okay, yeah, it's going to get bigger, and it's
going to do some research, trying to do some practice
it's
runs.
Going to be bigger and cooler. And so I know that everybody that was here gained the experience of this, and they're only going to be that much better next time. You know what I mean? And yes, you know, we've got a lot of hardcore players, Milk, right? Mr. Barehands, funkusz obviously killed it, right?
Yeah.
So I think all of those guys are going to be absolute monsters in the next event. And yeah, I think it's absolutely insane. I think it's going to be incredible to see, especially with the word of this getting out there, who all wants to tune in. I truly can't wait. You know what I mean?
Now, looking forward, as far as selectees and who you're going to pick, is it going to be kind of a community vote? Are you going to kind of screen people and do like I've seen people do like a Google form, you know, like let's see if you're capable. Are you going to pick based off of maybe creators that you see in the space? Like what is going to be kind of your criteria?
I will stand by what I created this event for in the beginning. And that's to show light on some of the smaller creators that we all know. It's very hard to get that viewership up, right? It's very hard to break that 75 viewer percentage and hit that partnership, right?
Yeah.
And so I love being able to showcase creators that I see grinding, right? So if I see that you're posting and that you are playing and you are engaging with your community and you are about what everything is with this, I absolutely love giving those people a chance to grow. Especially, you know, like I said, no shade toward the bigger creators or anything, but I feel like a lot of the larger World of Warcraft creators, especially in our space, have been there for so long, and they're just kind of cemented in everybody's mind as the WoW face or the WoW creator. And I fully am here, and I stand completely on business that every single creator that was in this has the potential to shake the World of Warcraft community and be a pillar for what the next generation is coming. I mean that with like my whole heart. These creators are doing the damn thing. They're posting, they're engaging, they have an energy to them that is so fresh that I just haven't seen in the WoW community in so long, and they deserve every single eye that they've caught. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. And honestly, no, go ahead.
So to answer your question, I will continue to shout out the small creators. I will continue to allow those people space to continue to grow, such as myself, right?
Yeah, no, you're doing great things.
Until this is able to shake the fucking community and pull some people around to what else is out there, content creator wise. I don't think the job is done.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you come from it from such a humble perspective. I think a lot of people growing in this space, it's so bloated. There's so many people in this space who've been in here who could be like barely have a pulse, and they would still get viewership just because they've been here for a long time. So it's glad to see people who have been playing this game for a long time, but are still new to the creator space that are really changing things up. And I think that you're doing something great here. This is a proof of form, as they would say in a certain space, where you're doing something to where now you can show that, hey, these events work and these events bring a lot of people together. And there's people who want to see this, not just from the big 10,000, 5,000 viewer spaces, but also from the spaces that are small and tight knit, because while bigger communities do have bigger viewership and bigger CCV, they don't necessarily have as strong communities as some of the smaller streamers do. I think once you cross into that partnership land, it does get more difficult to be like, I know the people that I'm talking to. I know the people that I stream with who's moderating my team. So it's good to see that you have a good team behind you. Looks like you have a lot of moving parts that, like, both in your Discord community and in the Twitch space. So it's good to see that you're working together. I know this is not like a one-man job. I know that there's a lot of people who have put in time and effort, but there's one at the center of it, and that's yourself. So I think that's a great thing that you're doing. I hope to see more future great things from you, and I know I will, seeing this and seeing what you're doing in the community. Glad that I stumbled upon this, as well as I for one have gotten a lot of opportunities just from this, just being able to chat with people and meet people, but also a chance to talk with people a little bit more in depth, because there's a lot of people I met in this that I'm sure you've already met, where it's like, wow, there's a lot to this person, and you're definitely one of them. So I hope to see you in a conversation soon, before the next tournament. But of course, until then, I will be hanging around, and you can catch me anytime if you ever want to chat.
Much love, dude. No, much love. You're in the Discord, and I plan on keeping you around for sure. To, you know, especially I need that perspective that you bring. You know what I mean? I think you are awesome at interviewing, and just this whole process has been so cool. And like, I'm trying to play it cool, but it's been awesome, man. Like, you're killing it as well. And so, yeah, I just really appreciate that you even wanted to come and do do this at all. I mean, seriously, shout out Sean.
No, I appreciate it big time, and definitely congrats. Everything went amazing. Like, even if all the cogs and the wheels are all like, they're all sweating because of all the moving parts all at once. You put on a good show, and have an amazing rest of your weekend.
Man, thank you. That means the world to me, man. Thank you so much. You have a good rest of your weekend as well.
Once again, for anybody hanging out, anyone saying hey, Nightblaze, Dr. Sparrow, Black Cat, I appreciate it. True, I appreciate the raid as well. Thank you so much. You got to make a YouTube video for me because I missed it. No worries. Thank you for the raid. I did see it. It's just like I was trying to do interviews. Basically, we did a level 10 basically race to the end, you know, like a 3-hour event. And then everyone did a mak'gora event. For those of you who missed it, it was a lot of fun. There was drama, there was interesting conversations, and there was a lot of people who have a lot of cool backgrounds in WoW. Super excited to meet everybody that I met, and to get to know people better in the future. I hope to do podcasts on my Hearthstone Craft podcast with people in the future. But as per usual, guys, it was an absolute blast to be here. It was I'm super glad I got to say hello to a lot of new folks and new faces. But until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.